Hello everyone, my name is Femi and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make your very own protein powder recipe at home. Now, trust me, once you see how simple and nutritious this recipe is, you will not want to buy the store-bought versions again. Now, don't get me wrong, store-bought protein powders have their own place, but most of the time they're usually packed with artificial sweeteners and additives, and don't even get me started on the price. When you make your own protein powders at home, you have control of all the ingredients in it. 100% natural, nutrient-dense ingredients that are not only better for you, but are also much more affordable. So whether you're looking for a plant-based option, something low-carb, or just want a cleaner, more wholesome alternative, I've got you covered. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I really appreciate your being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So let's get started on this super easy protein-packed recipe that you can whip up in no time. So for today's recipe, I'll be using 1/4 cup pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, almond nuts, rolled oats, and groundnuts, also known as peanuts. Now, these ingredients are not only high in proteins, they are also rich in fiber, which can help reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Seeds are rich in healthy fats that can help lower cholesterol levels. They also contain essential vitamins and minerals that are important for immunity. So there's so much the body benefits from all these ingredients. So we're going to be toasting the seeds and nuts for a few minutes, just between 5 to 20 seconds. But for softened seeds like chia seeds and flax seeds, between 5 and 10 seconds tops is what you should leave it on the fire for. We're just going to wait for this to toast a bit. So just keep mixing to avoid the seeds burning. So once it's done toasting, you pour back. We're going to pour back in the bowl. And this is going to allow it to cool for a few minutes. So next we'll toast our oats. That's 1/4 cup oats for a few seconds as well. So once your oats is toasted off for a bit, transfer back in the bowl as well to allow it to cool. Next we'll be toasting the pumpkin seeds. So when the pumpkin seeds are hot, you hear crackling sounds, you see that the seeds are kind of breaking open. So after about 20 seconds, you transfer them as well to allow them to cool. Next, we toast our flax seeds. We're leaving our flax seeds for about 10 seconds. When the flax seed hits the pan, most of the time when the pan is hot, the flax seeds start to, bounce and fly off the heat or fly off the pan. So I just try to swirl it around to avoid too much connection with the heat. 10-second tops, transfer back to the bowl. Next, I'll toast the almond nuts. Leave our almond nuts for about 20 seconds. Once the nuts are toasted for a bit, you transfer back in the bowl. Now I'm using raw peanuts, and raw peanuts will take longer to toast compared to the other nuts and seeds that we just toasted now. So peanuts might take about 2 minutes, between 2 and 3 minutes to toast in your pan. And if you have an oven, it's easier. You just spread it on your baking sheet and put it in the oven between 3 to 5 minutes, and it's ready. So if you don't have raw peanuts like I'm using here, the already roasted peanuts is also fine. For the already roasted peanuts, you just toast it for a few seconds to bring out the, but for this one, because it's raw, we're going to be toasting it in the pan for about 2 minutes. So once the peanuts are toasted, we'll have to peel the soft skin from the groundnuts or from the peanuts before we use it. But for the purpose of this video, I have already done that. Otherwise, this video is probably going to be longer than I want it to be. So we're going to be using this already peeled groundnuts. Moreover, if you want to use the skins of the groundnuts, please, you're welcome to. The skins are really rich in nutrients and phytochemicals that are good for your body. So if you really don't mind eating the skins of the groundnuts, please go ahead and do it. You're doing your body a huge load of favor. So lastly, we're toasting the chia seeds for 5 seconds tops because they're really soft and we don't want them to burn. So 5 seconds and we take it off the fire. So next we're going to be blending all the ingredients we've already toasted, and I will be blending them. I'll be blending them separately, and that's because they all have different textures. And sometimes if you overblend the groundnuts, for example, they become peanut butter. We don't want peanut butter, we just want powder. So we're going to blend them separately so that we can control the consistency of the ingredients when we blend. So first I'll blend the pumpkin seeds first. Remember, we just want to blend them onto the form of powder. We don't want pumpkin seed butter. As you can see, we just have the powder here. Next, I'll blend the sunflower seeds. As you can see, just a powder is what you're trying to get. Next, I'll blend the almond nuts. Next, I'll blend the oats. Flax seeds. Next, we blend the chia seeds. Lastly, we'll blend the peanuts to give us the peanut powder. Remember, you don't want your peanuts to stay too long, otherwise it becomes peanut butter. What you are aiming for is powder. So make sure you watch it closely to make sure that it doesn't overblend. So the next thing I'm going to be doing after blending all these ingredients is to sieve everything together. Now, the reason why I sieve it together is because I always like the smoother consistency of the final result. Now, you don't have to sieve it. If you don't mind the rough texture, or you don't mind the grainy texture of the protein powder in the end, then you don't really have to sieve it. But I like the smoother texture because it helps it feel like the protein powder you buy in the store. And you don't necessarily have to pour back into individual bowls after blending individually. Don't mind all the ceremony I've done here. It's just for the purpose of this video. You can as well blend your ingredients, pour them directly in the sieve. Protein powders are extremely versatile for me because you'll be surprised how much they can add to whatever meal you're having. I'm not a fan of store-bought cereals, for example, but this is a way to make store-bought cereals more nutrient dense. So for example, you're giving your children cereal in the morning and you're adding a spoon of this. You're not just adding protein powders, you're adding nuts, seeds. They're actually having much more in their cereal than just having cereal with milk. This just elevates the nutritional value of the cereals they have every morning, if that's what you typically do. Even if it's oats, chia pudding, overnight oats, anything it is you're having, just add this protein powder and you automatically elevate the nutritional value. Now this is the final sieved protein powder. Now as for this one, you can just pack it away in a separate container, put it in the fridge, and add it to smoothies. So here you have your homemade protein powder. Really, it's one of the versatile nutrient dense things that you can have in your pantry or your fridge. I like to keep this in my fridge because chia seeds and flax seeds can turn rancid very quickly when they're blended. So I prefer to keep them in the fridge so that I can preserve them for a longer time. And try to make sure that they're at the front of the fridge, because usually when things roll back to the fridge, you forget that you have them. But if they're there right in front of you in the fridge, once you bring out the milk in the morning, you can always remember that, oh, I need to add my protein powder to whatever it is I'm drinking. And this is really versatile. You can add it to your pancake mix, muffin mix, oatmeal, chia pudding. It's just so much you can do to elevate whatever meal it is you're having. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe this to this channel. Let me know if you try it in the comments. I really love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time.